animation, so it's kind of its own world, cartooning and animation. But Craig and Deb's films have a lot of similarities, and they're both really nice narrative pieces. So from that, why don't you just start out by telling us a little bit about your idea behind this, and what else, what other ideas you might have for this type of work if you're looking at making a longer film out of this, or?
Well, it's loosely based on a chapter within a novel titled Miss Corpus that my friend Clay McLeod Chapman wrote. And it's the second film that we made together. The first film we made was called Late Bloomer in 2005 that he also wrote. So I just loved the chapter, and I wanted to work with Clay again, and we got a grant to do the movie, and then went up to Virginia and spent 5 days. Our producer, Matrix, is here. Yeah, we stayed at that motel. Everybody was, it was crazy. And we found that little boy in the town.
Oh, really? Wow.
Nearby,
wow.
Yeah.
I figured you probably had cast him here or something.
No, not in Virginia, yeah.
Great. So is this something that you're looking to make a longer film out of, or do you have aspirations as a filmmaker to be looking at making a feature-length film? Or?
Yeah, I'm in development on a feature that I'm going to be doing hopefully next winter. We'll see. But we have no aspiration of making that into a feature-length film, but
just a project of its own.
Certainly would. So. The chapter is much longer than what you saw. The boy ends up burning down the motel, and there's this whole prom party that comes in and stuff.
Prom party, is it?
Yeah.
It's like the Footloose.
Yeah, exactly.
Combine the movies.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly would if anybody ever asked us to do it or gave us money.
Great. So it sounds like you work really closely with the writer. You guys have a good writer-director collaboration.
Yeah. We'd like to work on more things in the future too. So
is a writer also working, or is he also involved in this feature?
No,
that's
not this one. Yeah.
Okay. Deb, tell us what you had in mind with this, or future aspirations with this project. I know you've had quite a bit of success with this already. You were in Sundance with this film, right? And it's probably still screening around.
Yeah, it's been a fun run. AWOL, it takes place near where I grew up in rural Pennsylvania. So mostly I was just interested in telling a story that made sense and giving a strong sense of place of where I'm from. And we're developing it into a feature right now, actually. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you get to see a little more of how Raina and Joey met, what brings them together, how Joey ends up in the Army, and what choices she has to make about her future. So.
Will she actually go to Afghanistan in the future? There's that to be seen.
It's to be seen, but the ending is definitely different.
Okay.
I'll tell you that, yeah.
Great. Yeah, it's very impressive. I think more and more these days as a curator, I see so much more good documentary stuff than narrative, and these two pieces were really caught our eyes, so it's a pleasure to have them in the festival. And I guess, would you mind passing your mic over to... Oh, Morgan's got one now. So tell us a little bit about what you do, Morgan, and your idea behind this piece. And
I usually animate people, so I just wanted to try animals.
and kill them.
That's basically what's behind it.
So, but this is I mean, you're an animator, so this is representative of your overall style, and
yeah, it's done in ink and paper and scanned.
Okay.
It's the usual technique I use.
And what other work do you have going on? I know you had an interesting project that was like you created about maybe like 8 to 10 fictional Facebook characters, and you were friending real people with them, and had like a narrative going on.
Those are my...
I was friends with some of these people, and I didn't realize they were not real people until a few months later.
Oh, you thought they were real?
Yeah.
Oh, those are my animation characters, Jeff Twiller, Randy J. Johnson, and they have Facebook accounts.
Very convincing. I believe, it was like Randy Johnson his updates were like stuff about his truck, or waking up and smoking a pack of cigarettes or something.
That's
filming himself smoking cigarettes. Yeah, interesting stuff. Very fun.
I'm always impressed that people think it's real.
It's good.
Because it's so over the top. I mean,
I would just keep, yeah, well, that was life, I guess.
well, Rod was in a coma for 3 or 4 months.
I know. I felt bad about that.
And I would get messages from people thinking he was really in a coma, and they said, I don't know who you are, but I hope you're okay. And
Yeah, I send flowers too. Well, I guess we should wrap up pretty soon. We have 4 o'clock shows going on in here and the other theater, but we'll certainly have time for some questions if you want to holler out to the filmmakers. Anybody out there? No, everything pretty explained really perfectly in those films. All right, well, yeah, hopefully you had a good time, and we have another screening starting up in about 10 minutes in the other theater, and that's gonna be really great. We'll have a good Q&A after that as well with all the directors, and then one show after that. So stick around, check out the Muppets, and come see some more movies.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.